And so what I need you to understand is that what you are grieving is not what you actually had, right? What you thought you had was somebody that was going to be your life person, meaning life spouse, life partner. Um, you thought y'all were going to have future plans. That's what you're grieving also. And I talked about this in the relationship. You spend so much time with this person. And when I say time, I'm not necessarily just talking about numerical time, I'm talking about space. Because, and this is done on purpose, because these people need to monopolize your time, you all, so that when they decide to snatch everything away, right, you are now in a position of starvation, to where you are now looking and trying to figure out, whoa, what happened? What happened? We were, you know, 9 times out of 10, you were talking to this person from sun up to sundown, off and on throughout the day. This is strategic. They do this on purpose to set you up to get all of the attention, to get accustomed to all of the routine, only for them to snatch it away. Now, there's layers to that. It is done purposeful for that reason, but not that reason alone. And I talked about this. Also, it is done for them their own selfish reasons, because they need to keep their mind off of the situations that they are trying to get out of in between you, okay? Or before you were talking. These people are still in the background, they're still lingering, all right? I need y'all to do this. When you get a chance, go back and look at your relationship and look at the patterns. What you will see, and you couldn't put your mind, it's like you couldn't put your finger on it. But what happened was, when things were on with you, they were off with the people that they were entertaining behind your back. Just go back, y'all, just go back and look, okay? Because, see, the narcissist will have this disappearing act schedule, you all, and this was purposeful. And you could not even figure it out. Like, a lot of y'all are just now putting your hit, wrapping your mind around. That's what they were doing. It's like, when they were with you, they were off with the people that they were dealing with behind your back. And so when they were with you, things weren't even great between y'all, because the narcissist was mad because of what they had did to this person behind your back and how stuff had panned out with them. So it's like things weren't even great between y'all, and then vice versa. When they were on with the people behind your back, things weren't right with them because how they had did you in, they were depressed about that. Y'all see where this is going? This was a pattern. Them leaving you, right? Them leaving you was purposeful. It was done on purpose because they had to escape. And go back and look, y'all. There would be scenarios that would come up. They would create these incidents, y'all. Create friction, create drama, just so that they could go and be with the person that they were talking to behind your back. Now, I'm going to say this, you all. For y'all that have done long distance relationships, okay, this is something that you got to keep in mind moving forward. If you are in a relationship with someone and y'all don't live in the same city, now for me, my max distance is like 2 hours. Maybe I've done three. I've done up to 3 hours, and I will never do that again. So, but 2 hours max. Okay? And I'm going to go on somewhere with this, you all. When you are dealing with somebody that you believe is a narcissist, and they're picking to date you that live out of the area, that's for a reason, y'all, because they've got other situations going on where they live. Okay? Listen, you don't have to take my word for it, but I know what I'm talking about. Okay? So, with that being said, when you are getting to know this person and there is no future talk, meaning the thing with long distance, there has to eventually come a point within your relationship, and I'm talking about within a year, year and a half, y'all got to be talking about really the year mark. There should be a talk of how much longer we're going to do the long distance, and there should be a goal as to what's going to happen. Are y'all going to move closer to each other? Is somebody going to relocate? There has to be that conversation. If that is not even a conversation and you're getting close to the year mark, y'all, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Because I'm going to tell you what they're doing. They just here for a good time, not a long time. And 9 times out of 10, they're using you as a filler, as a time filler for the people that they're dealing with behind your back. You don't have to take my word. All you got to do is go back and do inventory on your relationship. And I'm telling you, the proof is going to be right there. What you're grieving right now is not what you had. It is what you believed you had. When you wrap your mind around the fact, and I know it's hard, I'm going to say this in closing, that everything you had with this narcissist was all fake. It was all fake, y'all. What you're grieving what you thought you had. You thought you had a future. You thought you had some type of plans with this person. You thought that y'all were going to be doing this, going here, making arrangements to be life partners. That's what you thought you had. But the entire time, the narcissist was making plans with other people and scouting out other opportunities behind your back. Which is why you're in the predicament that you're in right now. And 9 times out of 10, the narcissist is going on with the next person that they've been talking to behind your back. It's on purpose, you all. When you look ahead, what you have to understand is that you are not missing anything with these people. The cycles that they put you through, they're going to be putting the next person through. What you're grieving is not what you actually had. It is what you hoped and what you believed you had.